So today I am with, introduce yourself.
I'm Ryan Johnson.
And Ryan, you're the guy that took over from Shaver, bought him out.
Yeah. It's me and my dad. We bought them out, and we're starting to do the Bombardier parts and taking over all that right now.
Okay, so what made you to decide to do this? Did you have previous experience with Bombardier parts, or?
We've owned Bombardiers and we've repaired our own. I have a machine shop where we do a lot of work for commercial fishermen, and then we heard that Shavers was looking at closing his doors, and we didn't want that to just disappear. And we went and met with him and saw all the information and parts and jigs and whatnot he had, and it was just too much to just let disappear. So we worked out a deal with it and took it all over.
So did you just go there with trucks and pick up all the parts and like clean them out? Like how did that happen?
Yeah, after we made the deal, we went down there, and I think we made 5 or 6 trips back and forth, moving all the equipment and all the parts and inventory that he had. And we got the big, I don't know if you can see in the back there, the big press for stamping out cleats. And
yeah, well, guys have been asking about that. So out of your entire parts list that Shaver had before, is yours similar to that?
Yeah, we're going to try to do everything that they had.
Okay.
And then it all depends on what the sales and stuff are like, but we're going to try to offer everything that Shavers had.
Okay, and can we take a tour around the shop and you show us some of the stuff that you're doing right now?
Sure, yeah. We're just in the process of making some tensioners right now. We got started cutting up some tubing and setting one of the jigs that we got.
Okay.
That's the tensioner for the rear axle. We got some more pieces cut up there for we're going to be doing bogey chains. A bunch of chains made up.
Okay. So are you doing like 20 or 50 or 100 all at once, just so you have everything in stock, or are you doing it as you need it?
Right now we're doing it as they're ordered. If someone orders one, I'll build 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So then we have a little bit of a stock right now. We don't have a lot, but again, I don't want to end up building 50 of something that we're only.
And then look at it for the next 40 years.
Yeah, so we're sort of going by what's selling and stuff, and trying to keep inventory. Right now, a lot of the parts are built to order.
Yeah.
In the future, we're hoping to be able to just carry an inventory, so if someone calls, we can ship it out.
So what's the, like there's a lot of stuff you can build, but what's the most or the most difficult part to replace, you figure, right now?
Like to get to replace? Or
yeah, like is there one example or 10 examples of things that you just like?
The what they call like a hen's tooth right now is rims.
Rims, yeah.
Rims and tires. That's the biggest one.
We get calls like that all the time on rims and tires, and the back rim too is a special rim for. But can you repair any of those?
We can repair them as long as they're not too rotted out.
Okay.
It is repairable, but it all depends on the condition of the rim. Like if it's a hub gone out of the rim, we carry and have hubs that we can cut the old hub out if the bearings failed and wrecked the hub.
Okay.
We can put a new hub into them.
What about broken axles and stuff like that too?
Broken axles, yeah, we carry all that stuff. We can replace those. The spindles, we have all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So is there anything else you can show me around the shop here for some of your parts that you have ready to go?
We have the sprockets for the front.
Okay, guys were asking about that. What's your price on that one, or you have to check the parts list?
I'd have to double check in the parts list.
Now, are you making those, or are you ordering those in special?
We have a place to make them for us.
Okay, I see a spring over here. Are you guys making those, or are you ordering those in?
The same thing. We have a company that makes them, supplies them to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like, how long have you been here? Like, were you always doing machining for?
No, well, my schooling and my certification is marine engineer. So
okay.
I worked on ships for many years on the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And then I came back here working on the research vessel on Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And when I moved back, I'd always wanted to get into the machining and welding stuff. So I set up in my dad's shop for a little bit, and then slowly kept growing and outgrew that space and moved into this shop here. We've been here for just over a year now.
Okay.
In this location.
And is your dad come by and supervise you every day, or?
No, he comes by and checks up once in a while. But,
Yeah.
he's not much he's not into the welding. He's a carpenter.
Okay.
Trade, and he does carpentry and construction.
Well, if he's doing carpentry, have you guys ever been called to do repairs on any woodies at all, or?
Nobody's called us yet for that, but there's the phone lines are open. So if
Okay.
anyone wants to get a
So you're not
hold
going
of
to
us,
turn down work, is what you're saying?
No, we're not going to say definite no to anything.
Okay.
But it all depends on what's going on, their schedule and everything.
Yeah. So, would you do any repairs down here for Bombardiers? Like if somebody rolled into the shop, or you mostly want to just sell the parts and let somebody else deal with the headache?
Mostly right now, we're just looking at doing parts and stuff. But
Yeah.
if someone needs repairs, we can do
Okay.
repairs.
Has business picked up for you though once you announced that you're doing this? Yeah.
When we announced it on Facebook, and my phone, we were in the middle of moving the stuff down here at the time when we announced it, and my phone was ringing and notifications going off constantly for about 2 days after that.
Well, that's good though, right?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, you want the business.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
People find out about us, and we've had parts go all the way up to Northwest Territories
Yeah.
and Quebec
Okay.
and Saskatchewan, a little bit into the
Yeah,
States,
Dad
a
sent some
little bit
stuff
all
out to Northwest Territories as well, and Quebec and all over the place. I think our furthest is Newfoundland so far.
over. Okay, yeah.
So maybe show me what this drill press is for the cleats so the guys can see, because this is a behemoth.
This is the stamping press. It stamps the cleats up.
Now, did you get this from Shaver, or is this something you had to buy, or
This is the original one that Shavers used.
really?
So it's all the original dies. We have the dies for this and for punching belting
Yeah.
and for making the backer plates.
And these are it here, I am
These are
assuming.
the blanks that we sheared up for the
Okay.
And there's just shy of 500 blanks there right now. So
And you got that from Shaver? You had to make that yourself?
We made this ourselves. We bought the material. He gave us the secret code for what material it is.
Yeah. Okay.
We ordered it in, and we sheared it up last week, and then he's going to come by and give us a rundown on how to set everything up to this.
Okay. So he's still helping you out then?
A little bit. He's
Yeah.
not doing any of the work, but he's supervising and passing on.
Was he happy to just pass it on, like, or was it?
He seemed like he was had enough with doing the
Yeah.
work and stuff, and he's on to other projects. He said he's got some personal stuff he wants to work on, and just slow
Okay.
down a bit and enjoy life.
So being in the Interlake here, you've got no shortage of customers.
No, like Gimli's a lot of commercial fishermen. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of commercial fishing in the area, and lots of bombardiers.
How many Bombardiers do you think there are in the area?
Oh, I'm not even sure.
Guesstimate?
I'm sure there's 100 in the area.
Yeah.
There's some of the commercial fishermen now own like bigger groups. They'll have 6 of them on just one
Yeah.
outfit. And
Yeah.
there's there's quite a few of them around.
Well, nobody's making parts anymore, and it's, I don't know what guys are going to switch over to, because these machines they're not being made anymore. So,
Yeah, well,
if you don't have the
for
parts
now,
and you
so-
can't fix it, it's going to be a real wake up call for some guys. But this is nice to know that there's another source for parts out here, especially ones that can be made. So, is there anything else around here that you might want to show? I can.
we got a few suspension parts and
Yeah.
steering knuckles and steering arms that we fabricated up.
Okay, so you're making these right now for guys like on spec.
Yeah, well, we had someone order one set, so we made up 2 sets. just
Okay.
Next time, and then we got the tensioner here. I think one of those went up to your guys' shop there.
Probably, yeah.
And then, so again, we made a set, 2 of them. We were making one, so we're cutting the parts and setting up the jigs. We made
Okay.
a couple. And
Is there anything that's like a surprise to you? Like, maybe something that's a little more difficult than you anticipated, or
It's a
you
lot
knew
of-
what you were walking into?
Dan sort of warned us what was involved with it, but it's a lot of labor involved in making all these parts. It's
Yeah.
a lot of cutting and fitting, and it's not just a matter of grab a few parts and stick them together and
Yeah.
it's done. There's a fair bit of labor.
Did he give you all the different specs and all the different type of Bombardier parts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of information from him.
Like the difference between, let's say, a B12 versus an R12 or a B7 or.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a bunch of manuals and stuff.
Yeah.
He handed off to us, but he's still there once in a while. If I need to give him a phone
Yeah.
call, and he'll pass on give
Okay.
me some information.
What about belts? You mentioned belts earlier. You got any of those around here? You said you also have a belt pressing machine for.
Yeah, there's an attachment that we switch out in this machine here for stamping and punching out the hole spacing for the cleats in the belt.
Okay.
And we just picked up some belting last week, and then again, once we get our cleats stamped, we'll be switching over and punch out some belts.
Yeah. What's the price on belts these days? Is it getting up there or?
Yeah, because I know what we paid for the belting raw is almost as much as what Dan was selling it for.
Yeah.
As a punched out belt.
Well, I know like just the price has just gone crazy, especially in the last year or two. Like we've worked on some customers' Bombardiers where we bought the part, at this point, and 3 months later you couldn't replace the part for the same price.
Yep. A
So
lot of stuff, and it's not just like up 5-10%. A lot of it is like doubled in price.
30%, yeah, and that's like just about everything across the board these days. Like we kind of look at like maybe 30% on replacement on some of the stuff. Like it's getting crazy.
Yeah, I do. I also do make the ice augers for commercial fishing. The
Okay.
sleigh mounted ice augers, and what I was paying for the gas engines last year to this year, they doubled in price.
Wow, double.
Doubled in price, yeah.
Not 50%,
No,
double, 200%.
Yeah. they
Wow.
Doubled in price. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So the guys are probably going to want to know how do they contact you?
my phone number, 204-651-0121.
Okay.
That's my cell phone, so you can call or text that.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram and that.
Okay. Well, I'll put all the contact details down here so people can contact. And is there anything else you want to add or tell us a story about? Or
I don't really have any stories yet.
okay,
We're just getting into the Bombardier stuff, so.
are the orders still coming in? Because we always found that guys would be contacting us in the fall,
Yeah,
and
no,
there's a mad rush from all winter.
I think because everyone was sort of wondering where parts were going to come from for a
Yeah.
while there when Shavers was talking about getting out of it, and so yeah, there's been a lot of phone calls lately, and it hasn't slowed down much. We just had one guy stop in and order full rear suspension for the Bombardier, all the swing arms and bearings and
Good.
adjusters, the whole works.
Yeah.
He's rebuilding a Bombardier, and so yeah, there's
So do you find a lot of the guys are fixing their own equipment, or are they? Because
Some
like
of it-
Dad gets guys that just like they like the Bombardiers, and it's the guys that want like the classic cars type thing. They bring in an old Bombardier and they just want like it completely rebuilt from top to bottom and front to back. And then the other customers are the commercial fishermen. Like they're too busy fishing to fix their equipment. So that's our customer base. But it's I don't know what, like, if your guys are fixing their own stuff or this is the downtime where they do their fixing.
Yeah, some of them are fixing stuff. We had a few where my Bombardier's stuck in the lake right now and their piece broke. Do you have one? So
Yeah.
we were lucky that we had actually had one. We were made for someone else. So
Yeah.
they came down and picked it up, and we quickly made another one to send out to the other customer. But
Okay.
managed to get them back up and going and get their Bombardier off the lake.
So what's your hours of operation? Like you're not working 7 days a week like Dad. So you probably got a life and wife and kids and stuff like that. What's your hours of operation?
Our regular hours right now are 8 to 5 o'clock, Monday to Friday.
Okay.
In the summertime, we're a little busy, and sometimes we're not in the shop. So
Yeah.
if you're going to stop by, it's best to call ahead just to make sure that someone's around.
Okay. So you're doing other machining and that sort of thing for like,
Yeah, I
like
do.
maritime industry
I
around
work
Gimli.
with some in the marine stuff and that
Yeah.
as well. Yeah,
So you guys are always busy then.
yeah.
Okay.
We've been getting busier and busier. Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's good. It's good news.
yeah.
So you're excited about the new venture then?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been lots of fun, really interesting stuff. It's really neat to see all the different pieces, and it's Bombardiers have always been kind of a fascination, and everyone
Yeah.
who sees one has to stop and take a look at them. So
Yeah.
it's not many times people will just ignore a Bombardier going by.
So let's say a customer locally or provincially or even nationally wants to get in contact with you and maybe they just want to come by for a visit. Or you just tell them to give you a call and come by and
Yeah, give me a call first, and if we can make it work, we'll make it work.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, well, so we're at Ryan Johnson's shop. He's all set up for making parts here, cleats and swing arms and everything. And if you need parts made, by all means, give him a call. You got to support Ryan, guys, because Shaver shut down. There's not too many guys making parts. My dad's going to be 81 in June. He's not going to stick around forever to make parts and fix stuff. So you got to support the next generation here. He's got all the tools. Looks like he's set up really nice. And what about your price list? Did you got anything to hand out yet, or everything just
we do
on?
have a price list.
Yeah.
I'll be updating it again shortly because we were able to get some more inventory in for some of the stuff
Okay.
that we didn't have. But yeah, if anyone's looking for prices of that, they can contact me. I can send it out, or we're in the process of working on a website. So
Okay. Oh, you're gonna start up a website. Great. Yeah.
And it's all under RJ GMWR.
Okay.
That's our business name. So if you search that up, it'll
Yeah.
bring you to our different sites and that.
Okay, well, it's there you go. Ryan Johnson, welding and machining here. And anything else last to add you want to talk about?
No, it's just to keep them alive.
Yeah, keep them alive. That's what it is. So here's one of the guys. Keep them alive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ryan Johnson in Gimli, Manitoba. Today is Monday, I don't know, April something, but
April 17th, I think,
17th, there you go.